Welcome to a new episode of Norway Perspectives, brought to you by Norway Relocation Group, helping individuals and families not just move to Norway, but build confident, informed lives here. Today's episode focuses on something essential, but surprisingly complex for many newcomers: how to understand and use the banking system in Norway. If you're new to the country, opening a bank account, using mobile banking, and receiving your salary aren't as automatic as you might expect. Norway's system is highly secure and digital, but it requires very specific steps, documents, and tools to get started. In this episode, we'll explain how to open a Norwegian bank account, what documents you need, what to expect from the account setup process, what BankID is and why you absolutely need it, how to use mobile banking and payment apps like VIPs, how to get a debit card, credit card, or loan, what fees to expect, and how to avoid them. Why basic Norwegian skills will help you understand bank letters, contracts, and digital tools, and how NLS Norwegian Language School can help you learn that Norwegian online or in person. Let's begin with opening an account. 1. Who can open a bank account in Norway? To open a bank account, you must be at least 18 years old, have legal residence in Norway, have a D number or fødselsnummer, national ID number, be able to identify yourself in person, provide proof of income, address, or study work status. Banks in Norway are legally required to follow strict anti-money laundering laws, which means the process is more regulated than in many countries. It's common to be asked for a valid passport or national ID card, residence permit or registration certificate, employment contract or student admission letter, lease agreement, or proof of address in Norway. If you don't yet have your D number or residence permit issued, most banks will not open an account for you. That's why Norway Relocation Group always recommends getting your ID documents in place before attempting to open a bank account. 2. Which banks should you consider? Major Norwegian banks include DNB, Norway's largest bank, widely used, English support available Nordea, large pan-Nordic bank, good for international clients, Handelsbanken, personal service and conservative lending, Sparebank 1, regional savings banks across Norway Spanken, digital only, good for tech-savvy users, must have BankID, Danske Bank, often used by professionals and expats. Some banks are easier for foreigners to work with than others. DNB and Nordea are often the most accessible for new residents, especially if you live in Oslo or Bergen. Keep in mind that each branch has its own policies, so if one location says no, try another, or contact us at Norway Relocation Group for help getting in the door. 3. What is BankID and why do you need it? BankID is your digital identity in Norway. It is used for online banking and secure payments, signing contracts and rental agreements, logging into government services like Altinn, NAV, and Helsenorge, accessing tax information, and Skatteetaten, using apps like VIPs and DigiPost. You get BankID from your bank after you've opened a personal account and completed an in-person ID check. Once approved, you'll receive a code device or BankID app, a password, and PIN full access to Norway's digital services. Without BankID, you won't be able to log in to Skatteetaten file your tax return, apply for student loans or welfare use, many online services. This is why BankID is one of the first things you should activate once your account is open. 4. Understanding bank accounts and cards. Most banks will offer a Brukskonto, everyday current account, a spare konto, savings account, a debit card, Visa or MasterCard, for use online and in stores. Cards are chip and PIN enabled. Most shops use contactless payment. You'll also be able to set up e-factura, electronic billing, for rent and utilities, schedule automatic payments, transfer funds between accounts instantly, Overdrafts and credit cards are not automatic. You must apply and qualify based on income and residence status. 5. What about credit cards and loans? Getting a credit card or loan in Norway takes time. You usually need at least 6 months of resident stable income from a Norwegian employer. Clean financial history, a valid national ID, fødselsnummer, not just a D number. Credit cards may be denied if you're new to the country, you're on a short-term visa, you don't have a regular income in Norway. For personal loans or car loans, you'll need proof of income, tax return or pay slips, a Norwegian phone number and address. Always read loan terms carefully and note that interest rates in Norway are relatively low, but fees for late payment can be steep. 6. Banking apps, VIPs, and digital tools. Norwegian banking is highly digital. You'll use your bank's app to check balances, approve payments, scan bills with QR codes, transfer money with VIPs. VIPs is a must-have. It's a mobile payment app that lets you pay friends instantly, split bills, pay at cafes, parking, or online shops, receive invoices digitally. To use VIPs, you need a Norwegian phone number, a bank account in Norway. BankID VIPs is user-friendly, but messages and notifications are in Norwegian. To understand your digital receipts, auto renewals, and refund terms, basic language skills make a huge difference. 7. Banking fees and how to avoid them. Norwegian banks often charge monthly account fees, 30 to 80 NOK, card fees, annually or per card, ATM withdrawal fees, especially abroad, currency conversion fees. You can reduce costs by choosing a youth or student account, often free, using only your bank's own ATMs, avoiding unnecessary paper statements, paying bills on time to avoid reminders, purring. 8. Why Norwegian matters in banking. Even though bank staff speak English, most online portals, contracts, customer service forms, SMS alerts, account statements, official letters are all written in Norwegian. Learning Norwegian helps you understand your account terms, recognize fraud or phishing attempts, communicate with your advisor, respond to government letters about your finances. That's why NLS Norwegian Language School includes financial vocabulary, reading exercises using real bank documents, phone and email practice for client services, practical tools to help you manage your finances in Norwegian. Visit nlsnorwegian.no to start learning today. 9. Final thoughts. Banking in Norway is secure, efficient, and digital, but also deeply connected to your ID status and language confidence. Once you have a local account, BankID, and VIPs set up, life becomes easier, but the setup phase can be stressful without the right support. That's why Norway Relocation Group helps newcomers. Open accounts, register for BankID, translate banking documents, communicate with advisors. Avoid mistakes and fees. And when it comes to building the Norwegian, you need to understand your money, your bills, and your future. We always recommend NLS Norwegian Language School, where the focus is not just on fluency, but functionality. Thanks for watching this episode of Norway Perspectives. If it helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's new to Norway. And we'll see you in the next episode.